Hello everyone. So tomorrow, as I said, it's a big day. We are going to assemble everything. But before we do it, I thought it's a good idea to just go through the list of items I have purchased. The objective of the project is to black out my BMW R1250 completely. I was very cautious, I want to make the bike look neat and clean, not some fancy, crazy customization. I think one thing I realized was, for cars, there are a lot of options. You can easily go find a customization specialist and then you can just hand over the car to them and you'll get it back. But for bike, I think the market is not big enough. So it's very hard to find people who will do the work for you. So I had to do a lot of research and I had to find different people to put things together. For example, to disassemble the bike, to remove all the parts, I need to find a mobile mechanic. His name is Oli. He's fantastic. So he came. He spent about 3-4 hours disassembling everything and then leaving the parts apart. And then I had to find a custom paint job specialist because most of the car guys, they're not ready to take the motorbike. Luckily, I found a guy who specializes in mainly classic bikes and special things. His name is Paul, and I found him, and then I did the color. And I also figured out it's not easy to go and customize the bike. You need to take care of the insurance part. And originally I had an idea of, like a completely putting a different color to it because some of the modern, the greens that comes on the 1300 series was quite good. I thought I'll put that one. But unfortunately, that's a big project. You need to get the logbooks changed. The color change is a big process, and then the insurance process gets complicated. So I decided not to do that. But I did something which doesn't require it's allowed within the insurance thing. And also, I figured out you can go to the insurance website and they clearly show what are the customizations that are standard. You can do it without telling them. The others where you need to inform them. For example, changing the exhaust to a sports exhaust. As long as it's a Euro compliant exhaust you're buying, no off-market exhaust from somebody like Akrapovic, that's what I bought, you're fine. Like you can actually, don't need to tell them. Like you can go ahead and change it because it's a compliant. But if you go do something, you need to change it. What else? Yeah, the powder coating, for example, all those parts, bits and pieces, I'd like to powder coat and get it black. And that's the theme of the project. So, again, finding them who can do powder coating is hard job. It's hard in the sense, okay, it required some effort and managed to find a really good company locally here, did the powder coating. It came out really well. There are lots of parts, it's all in package. I didn't want to open it. I'll probably, like, when we're fitting the video, we will show you what we are fitting. Yeah, I think I'll show you one by one. So this is the Akrapovic sports exhaust, you can say. It just gives you better sound, and also I'm going it more for aesthetic reasons. I wanted to, as the bike is going to be fully blacked out, I wanted to put a black exhaust, which comes with a carbon fiber tin, and this aluminum part will be covered with a carbon fiber shield. The next thing I wanted to show you is the Blockbuster's Handguards. So this is carbon fiber. I wanted to make the bike look a bit rich and unique. So I'm adding a lot of carbon fiber parts. And the next bit is again a couple of carbon fiber parts. I think it's called, it protects the airflow. This goes on the tank. The standard ones comes with a clear glass finish as part of the blackout project, and then carbon fiber theme, like I just went for carbon fiber parts. So the next big thing I wanted to show you is the Lone Rider Moto lights. Any adventure bike, you're going to have some kind of an auxiliary lights because the standard lights are not good enough. it's very, especially when you're riding on dark and long rides, you need some kind of an auxiliary lights. So I did a lot of research, and finally it came down to either go for a lone rider or Denali was another option. Denali, of course, got a huge range. You can go for D3, D4, D6, D7, D7 Pro. On the other hand, like Lone Rider got only one. It got Moto lights. They did an exceptionally great job. It looks so cool, and it's very functional, and it got a bit more advanced in terms of the backend system. It got a better data connection. So for me, it's aesthetics and the look. I really like the Lone Rider stuff, so I'm just going for the Lone Rider Moto lights. So in order to fix this one, you also need to buy a Moto can, BMW specific. They call it Moto can. This is a white labeled version of Hex can, so which goes into the BMW CAN bus that enables you to actually programmatically, you can open your laptop, connect to the Hex can, and then configure how the light should function. So you can actually, make the intensity, and then how do you want to operate, whether to flash, got all those settings on it. So that's all possible because of this Moto can. The next one I want to go through, it's a bar extenders. There is a steering bar extenders. So this is actually something special. It's not the standard Wonderledge extenders. The standard extenders just is a piece of aluminium, helps you to boost the steering. But this one, it got some kind of suspension in it. So what it does is, the reason I went for this is I typically like to ride in a slightly lower gear, mainly for a better throttle response and acceleration sense. And I just feel comfortable, like you're always on a right throttle at any one point in time. The problem with that is sometimes you feel a slight vibrations in your steering. So hopefully this should reduce that vibration, and hence I went for this the special Wonderlit suspension one. The next one I wanted to show you is the Headlight guard. So any adventure bike, it's typically it's recommended to put some kind of a headlight guard, mainly for two reasons. One, when you're riding, when you're away long from your home, if there is a stone chip or something gets stuck on your headlight, it's going to break your headlights, and you may struggle to come back home. So it's better to have some kind of protection. And the second reason is purely from a cost perspective, because the headlights, you cannot just replace the glass. You need to end up replacing the entire headlight. So it's better to put some kind of guard to protect it. Again, there are so many options in the market. I just went for the Lone Rider one. The next one probably you cannot see. It's actually a sticker or signature signature custom. So the bike is going to be matte black, and then we resprayed the tank, and this is actually the sticker that goes on top of it. Got two parts. One, the tank sticker, and also the other important thing is it's called a frame sticker. This frame that comes out of triple black is basically grayish, and there's no way you can paint those, or you can't do anything, because it's just it's the structure of the bike. You cannot do anything. But I when I did the research, I just figured out, this sticker does a great job. In fact, I went with a friend to France recently, and he had stickers, but he had different color. But you really can't say whether it's a frame itself or the sticker. So hopefully they should black out all those gray frames that comes in the triple black. The next thing I want to show you is it's not really the core accessory, but this is the AO Chigi AO6 LTE edition. It's mainly for the navigation purpose. At the moment, I'm using my mobile, but I always worried you might drop the mobile, or when you're riding, you really don't want to lose your mobile. I was thinking of going for a navigation system. Again, after doing the research, this is the best what you can get in the market today. It's a LTE version that comes with a SIM card in, and still it's a CarPlay. You still need to have your mobile. What you have it in the car, it just it's a mimic of that one with the 6-inch screen. So this is something, it's more functional stuff. And this is actually a supporting device for the AO6 Chigi. This is the BMW standard adapter. It goes on the adapter, and you can actually easily plug and play this device into the wheel, and you can control it. That's why I just went for this one. The next one, it's a small thing, it's a handlebar mount. This is from Wonderledge. This helps you to, do mount your GoPro or Insta, or, something like that. It's more like a functional, but it's also, again, black. It's going to be used. The next one is the Touratech gear lever. The standard one that comes with BMW is, first, it's gray in color, and the second problem is it's not really you can't do a lot of adjustments. It's very basic adjustments. When you're wearing a big adventure boot, it's really difficult for you to put the gears on and change the gears. So this one solves the problem, and also it's black. So hence I went for the Touratech device. The next one is the tank back from SW Motec. The reason I went for this is, again, it's a functional. Like, recently I went on a trip with a mate to France, and when we were crossing the ferry, like the Eurotunnel, access to your passport and other materials is all paperwork. It's always harder. You put it somewhere in the jacket and with your gloves on, and then the helmet on. It's very difficult for you to access it. So this solves the problem. Like, this just goes on the tank. There's a tank ring as well. It comes in, and then it just much more functional for you to access it all the time. So this is that. And the next one, it's a more of it's a piece of plastic, but it's important. The adventure bikes, especially the BMW one, it's a lot of opening. It's designed more for a rugged look, and then it's very functional. You can go on off-road, and then you don't need to worry about it. But I still wanted to cover the parts as much as possible. So this is one from Wonderledge. It's a side frame cover, which will cover this exposed area. Other than that, I'm waiting for a few carbon fiber parts. Pretty much all the bits and pieces are here now, and next week I'm going to assemble them.